Should we start a conference call so that people can follow?
I didn't advertise it. Do you want to start letting people in?
Well, that was some one person meeting.
Yeah.
That's the precinct thing is.
Are you confused about it?
Yeah, I'm very confused.
Think about it. Are you okay with that? Yeah.
We way more than 5 people.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we were at 9.
You're at 9? Okay, then let's move to the other room.
Right?
Yeah, there's more people than I
Yeah, the
thought.
lady downstairs is 2 more people coming in. You want to start?
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take a seat in any of these.
I was going to sit down here just because I'm one of the first in. Is that okay?
Oh no, just because the Facebook Live is gonna be pointing here.
Right. There's a lot of people. You're going to need more chairs.
Okay. Yeah, we need more chairs. Oh yeah, you can sit wherever you want. Grab a seat.
Left wing. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I guess there's already. Sorry.
Oh no. Oh, hi. I'm not sitting. You can sit.
Oh, you're not?
Sorry.
Okay.
I was just setting up the computer. There's that extra chair here.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get started. Just as a frame of reference, just to give you my story here. Right? So my daughter is Tanaka, and she attended the Motor School classes. Right? It's because the Motor was the first I guess organization to get hit by this. So we organized this because I think.
Maybe you shut that window.
Oh, it gets really hot in
Traffic. Oh, does it? Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, dude. Thank you. Just pass it. Thank you.
So, anyways, what I wanted to do is to get your guys' feedback. What are some of the issues that you guys are concerned about regarding what's going on here? So maybe we just go around just yourselves and maybe just talk a little bit about what are some of the concerns that you guys have. So maybe start with you.
My name is Joe Hill, and I actually belong to the First Lutheran Church, which has similar neighborhood impact, small building on a private street. Although we've never had complaints about any things that go on the First Lutheran. It's fortunate in that respect. But I've also had some connections with First Baptist. I worked with the urban ministry for a number of years. Ran a shelter we never asked First Baptist to participate in the shelter program. Neighborhood impact, but they insisted on the shelter. Okay, it worked pretty well. I've also, my wife also worked in a daycare center. I remember I'm looking up, she sneezed, and the church got a complaint from the next door neighbor. For sneezing. So, yeah. So, when I heard about this meeting, I said,
I'm Chris London. I'm from St. Among other places, St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Parish in Palo Alto. We have two church buildings. I've been a resident all my life. I'm just a little frustrated that I haven't seen the cooperation between the neighbors, the church, and the city to get to a resolution. I think that what I read in the paper was that the city decided, okay, that's it. We're going to kick everyone off. And I, as a church wing member, know that many churches are on unstable funding and rely on, leasing out their facilities to cooperative concerns. And so I'm worried that the city is going to be very legalistic about this and say, we've heard from 3 neighbors, so we're going to shut it down.
What are 3 neighbors that?
I don't know.
Hi, my name is Cece Kettendorf, and I'm here because it's a zoning issue. And I'm not well informed about what happened with the churches, but my concern is, in particular, is parking. churches have lots of parking and churches have lots of space, and my sympathy does lie with the churches. I was a part many, many years ago of the Emergency Shelter Project, and I know that we have a huge need, and if ever the city should be supporting the altruism of churches and their need to raise money, then my sympathies with the churches. But again, I'm here because it's a zoning issue.
My name is Jeff Brown. I'm a parent of two girls that go participate in the icing program and have been so for 4 years, I guess. And just again, I mean, it's a great program and a great location, and it's a strong community program, and I agree. It seems like it went from 0 to 60 very quickly and escalated a bit out of control, and maybe without the chance to try to come to a compromise.
I'm Martina Keith. I'm an intern at icing, and similarly, I think it's a really strong program. I think it does a lot for young girls and sort of raising their confidence, teaching leadership skills, in addition to a really strong musical education. And I mean, from what I understand, it was sort of suddenly there were 30 days to find a new location, and we love the first round of location.
I'm Karen Hunter. I'm and I'm a member of the Bay Floral Guild, which used to rehearse at First Baptist. Now rehearses at First United Methodist downtown. But I know, hearing about the issues with icing and the other tenants of this First Baptist, I feel strongly that they rely on the income and they're providing service to the community in terms of making space available for things that benefit a lot of people. I do know, I understand, I think, probably some of the neighborhood complaints, but I think there are probably ways of working those out, and rather than kicking everybody out, I'd like to see something.
Somebody else, and just local city, I have to be thankful to big concern with the constitutional issue that the city of Colorado is dealing with and regulating the activities and funding of the church. Most violations of the First Amendment Constitution. Only the church and open. Other thing that seems to be a solution is if you sign a paper that says you're a community building and not a church, then you're opposed. Then they can regulate. If it's a church, they're not supposed to be regulated.
Restrictions and financing. I echo what everyone else has said, and just say I think ways to work together. I know that ISO community, for instance, will definitely make massive efforts to things
I don't know how many of you read the rest of the tree raises children here because of the lack of community. I'm sorry, but I think that's a really important issue. And I am a lawyer, and I have to disagree with you. I think that city government should be zoning and people doing things in the wrong zones, but I think we need to figure out a way
Hi, I'm Carrie Templeton. I'm sorry I have a cold. It's hard to hear me. I live in Maricopa. I've been a co-op resident for about 12 years now. My daughter also participates in ISIC. And I'm active in the community. I just started a progressive group in the area. I'm here because I have been working with ISIC to try and negotiate, trying to figure out ways to listen to what's happening and feedback into the community, but also to connect with people that can help us find a path forward. Problem solving skills that we can figure that out together. So I'm really grateful that we have this exercise. Hi, I'm Debbie Buckle. I'm here in Colorado. I've had for about the last 7 years. I'm a single parent of a daughter who's been in ISIC for the last 3 years. And of all the activities that she's involved in, it's one of the ones that she looks most forward to. And I think it's both because the music education is top-notch, but it's also because there's opportunities for the community. There are few opportunities, I think, for young girls, my daughter's 9, to be mentored by older girls. And those kinds of opportunities are made available on a regular basis through ISIC, and I think that that's a unique part of her education that I can't provide, but that she can get through a community like ISIC. I have been also working with ISIC community and have no doubt that we are ready and able to do anything that we can. We've started brainstorming ways that we could try to alleviate traffic patterns, and that's one of the concerns. But we just need the opportunity to do that. Thank you.
My name is Rachel Milo. I'm going to be a member of the Christian Science Church on Calvary, and just here sort of in sympathy and to hear what people are saying and sort of echoing some of the things we've heard earlier. That churches do seem to be community building devices, if you will, and so I have some concern. It seems to be something we sort of see echoing around the Bay Area. A lack of willingness to accommodate parking needs in San Francisco, those churches, concerns about the loudness of the music in Oakland churches. And I sort of worry that perhaps we're becoming specifically serious or willing to do it with our church activities. Music and church activities that go together.
Hi, I'm Reverend Heidi Walton. I'm one of the pastors at First Congregational Church of Colorado. And I'm about the area. And I'm also the convener of the Colorado Educators. Get together from time to time. Clergy, some traditions don't have clergy, so other leaders will come. I'm here because almost all of the faith communities in Colorado are in our neighborhood, and almost all faith communities rent their space out for various communities. And so this specific zoning issue at First Baptist has the potential to affect all of the faith communities in Colorado. So I wanted to express, and there are other people from my church here who can speak themselves, but we're paying close attention to this because it's important to us.
Can some people scoot down that way, just so that we have just move chairs down that way? Actually, people on this side, okay, let them scoot down more that way, so that more people can go over there. That would be great. Yep. More people might. Yeah, that's all. No, that's where you. Yeah, fine. Oh, yeah, you can put it here. If you shut that window, it'll get so hot. So
We won't close it all the way. It's can't hear us.
Yeah, there's more.
Okay, sorry.
You know, to get a permit to kick out this wall would take months or years.
Violating.
That's right. And let the fire marshal know.
Right.
Oh,
Sorry for the
we
cozy
have nice
chorus.
big meeting rooms at churches.
Usually our office hours are like 2 to 10 people. So this is usually not as big a turnout. So yeah.
So I'll just briefly complete my thought. However, this issue gets resolved with First Baptist has implications for almost all of the faith communities in Colorado, so it matters to us. Yeah, exactly. Because there are many music programs, other kinds of arts programs, educational programs, health and wellness programs.
12-step program.
All 12-step programs. There's so many groups in our community that depend upon faith communities, and the availability of the space, quality of the space, and the low cost of the space really is an important resource.
My name is Dave. I'm a 4-year fellow from the Congregation to this church. One of the issues stated is the zoning, and it was incompatibility with some of the uses in the Roman zoning. But churches have a traditional mission to further their mission, and that mission is related to a whole person, to a community, and these are vital services that are occurring in these churches. We have an incredibly imbalanced community. I'm very echoing what you said, and this is a very strong point that in order to have a sane community that in any way has a semblance of balance, these kind of activities are absolutely related to the mission of these churches. There is, it's not a zoning issue, and to have a secular entity determine what is and what isn't a religious activity is unethical to the I'm Rick Dixon, I'm the pastor of First Baptist Church. Listen and take questions about.
Rick, can you speak up a little bit?
I'm Rick Dixon, I'm the pastor of First Baptist Church. We're here to listen and we're here to what you say.
Okay. My name is Jonathan Luke. I'm a member of St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Midtown. I couldn't say it any better than the last 2 people I came to relate to. I mean, I totally wholeheartedly agree. I just feel that the church is about much more beyond what can be defined as religious, right? It's everything that we were talking about. Social services, just community benefits, enrichment, all these things that don't fit or won't fit. They'll be dumped out if this goes to its extreme logical end. It's crazy. And I hope that there's a very clear, there can be some clarity, right? Because it can't, this example raises the flashpoint that if everything goes status quo, then all it takes is one disgruntled neighbor in every neighborhood, and everything gets tossed because the law says so. And I that bothers me a lot. So other than being a member of St. Mark's, I feel strongly that way, even if I wasn't even in church. Well, those two are tied together, but I want to make it clear. It's not. I don't think it should be felt like it's just the church people speaking out to defend what they need to, thrive. It should be even if the rest of the community doesn't show up. This is something that affects all of us, even non-Catholics.
Yeah, I'm Ed DeMayo. I'm a 31-year resident of Palo Alto. What's being said, I can relate to really resonates very much in my mind also. Our specific connection, like we get over. So what was he to say too? We have a granddaughter who is in the ISAM program. It's a absolutely wonderful program for the girls, and the idea that something like that just brings lost out. I'm sure those of you who have other activities that the church is supporting feel the same way.
I've heard through Reagan. I'm a member of Palo Alto Friends. You may have seen my letter in the Friends. And I myself have personally benefited from the extracurricular activities at the church. I'm a regular attender at Waverly Writers, which is a poetry group that's been meeting in Transformation. And classes in alternatives to violence training, compassionate listening, and several other things. Well, a member of one of the churches that participate, Hotel de Zane, which helps between 10 and 20 people every year in this rotating homeless shelter.
Well, basically, people have just been talking about
So I'm sure you all know well, I've been a member of the church just or generally that church was Baptist church since the early 1959. So we've watched a lot of things in the church. The church has always had good programs in the past. Most of the people who remember that at one time it was a really people parked around the streets and watched the wind walk. And maybe it's probably at this point they like to walk, but nevertheless, it's in time you've always called them beneficial out of the church. And Hugh lives in the neighborhood. Right next to him.
I'm Linda DeMeo, and what raised my thought process was the I Sing. What I'm really here to do is listen, but I have questions too. I mean, I would like to know, number one, this is a done deal. I would like to know if just because there were a few disgruntled neighbors who know somebody or knew where to go to the city, that the city could say, oh, this goes like this, or whatever. That's disturbing to me. Excuse me. That's really disturbing to me that the city would act irresponsibly, frankly. And in our neighborhood, we wait months to have a car removed from the sidewalk, not just on the sidewalk. And I'm not exaggerating. So anyway, I won't get into all of that, but I am really interested in the points.
Is there anyone here that hasn't spoken? Oh, please.
I'm Dave Howell. I'm the senior pastor at First Congregational, so I work with Eileen and Bing over there. We're here to support our friends at First Baptist, but I'm also very concerned about what these Palo Alto and part of the richness of Palo Alto is all the faith communities and the richness of those faith communities. And I think this to me is, I don't need to be overly dramatic, but I think this is actually an existential threat for some of our faith communities that rely on this income to be able to be present. And I'm also deeply concerned, as Bing mentioned, about the very narrow definition that's being used by the city of religious activities. That concerns me greatly, and I'm here to learn more and to advocate for churches.
Okay. Is that it? Okay, great. So so first of all, thank you guys for coming out here. I know it's we can't treat it with personal time, but this is actually an important issue. and I mentioned at the beginning, and I think a lot of you weren't here, but my own daughter's affected. Right? So my own daughter is 10 years old. She takes singing lessons from the Mozart School. They're the first ones affected. So I definitely, as a parent of a daughter, I do understand the impact, right? So it's something which I think is really important. Actually, about maybe 2-3 months ago, the city was reviewing the comp plan, comprehensive plan, and in that comp plan, I was actually trying to address because there's a lot of archaic laws in the code, right? So, like for instance, you guys may not know, but officially, it was actually illegal to do programming in Palo Alto, like code, which is kind of ridiculous because there's a lot to that program here in Palo Alto.
Statute on the book
Yeah.
says you can't program.
Yeah, so I got that changed. Because that was a little bit ridiculous. So there's stuff like that. There's stuff like that that's ridiculous, right? And so like one of the things that strikes me as kind of unusable is maybe this issue, right? And so one of the things I was trying to do was, I think there are, so I think the city has very strict rules around